All right, let's get right into it. Today, we are tearing into the super direct, no BS financial strategies of Graeme Holm, who you might know as the Money Mentor. He's got this book that promises a pretty radical way to pay off your mortgage, like way faster than you'd think. So, what's the secret sauce? Let's find out.
And boom, right out of the gate, Holm does not hold back. This one quote right here is basically his entire argument in a nutshell. The whole 30-year home loan system is a sham, designed to keep you chained to the bank for as long as humanly possible. It's a heck of a way to start, but it gets right to the point.
And let's be real, this is a feeling so many of us know. That sinking feeling when your paycheck hits your account and then, poof, it's gone. You feel like you're working your tail off, but that giant mortgage number just doesn't seem to budge. Well, that's the exact frustration Holm is tapping into. So first up, let's unpack what he calls the 30-year lie. This is his name for all that conventional wisdom about buying a house that he believes is, well, just plain wrong.
According to Holm, that big dream of owning your own home has kind of been twisted into a system that makes the banks rich, not you. He says that when you go to get a loan, the bank immediately focuses on the minimum you can pay each month. Why? Because stretching it out over 30 years is how they get all that juicy profit from interest.
And here's the crucial part, the trap itself. It's all about how the loan is built. For the first decade, maybe even 15 years, almost everything you pay is just interest. You're barely chipping away at the actual money you borrowed. It's why it feels like you're on a financial treadmill, running hard every month, but that big number hardly moves an inch.
Okay, so if the game is rigged, why are so many of us playing it? Well, this next part of his thinking dives into the common money myths that keep people stuck, right where the banks want them.
We've all been told this, right? You gotta have one account for bills, another for your holiday, one for emergencies. Holmes says this is a terrible strategy, and one the banks are more than happy for you to follow. You know why? Because the more money you have sitting in all these different accounts, the less money you have actually fighting against your biggest debt.
And this is the perfect illustration of why that is. Let's say your savings account is earning you a tiny 2% interest, which, by the way, you have to pay tax on. Meanwhile, your mortgage is costing you, say, 4% in interest. Every dollar sitting in savings is actually losing you money. Holmes' point is that a dollar paid off your mortgage is like earning a tax-free return at whatever your interest rate is. It's a no-brainer.
And if you think that's bad, oh man, the way we handle other debt is even crazier. The book shows a real credit card statement where if you only pay the minimum on a few $1,000s, it could take you over 60 years to pay it off. 60! It's a trap designed to last your entire life.
This quote from the book just hits so hard because it's so true. We learn stop, drop, and roll in school, but nobody ever teaches us how to handle a credit card so it doesn't ruin our lives. It just points out this massive gaping hole in our financial education.
All right, enough of the problem, let's talk about the solution. After tearing down the old way, Holm lays out his master plan. He calls it a not-so-secret secret because, get this, he says the banks know all about it, they just don't want you to know.
Now, the most important thing to get here is that this isn't about winning the lottery or living on ramen noodles for a decade. It's just about changing the plumbing of your finances. It's a simple, structural change to make the money you're already earning work way, way harder for you.
Okay, so here it is, the core of the whole thing in 3 simple steps. 1. All of your income, every single cent, goes directly into your home loan account. 2. You move a fixed weekly budget for things like groceries and gas into a single offset account. That's your spending money for the week, and that's it. And 3, all your other bills like electricity and insurance get paid directly from the home loan account.
And here's a picture of what that looks like. Instead of your paycheck getting sliced and diced into a bunch of different accounts, the whole thing goes to war against your mortgage. Only the bare essentials for living and bills get carved out. The result? The biggest chunk of your money is lowering your interest costs, 24/7. You know, a huge piece of this is just psychology. Holmes says that we're basically wired to spend what we can easily see and touch. By locking the bulk of your cash away in your loan and giving yourself a strict weekly allowance, you remove the temptation. You stop those little impulse buys that bleed you dry over time.
So what's the end game? What does all of this actually get you? Well, let's look at the results. This is where we see the tangible payoff and the actual path to financial freedom way sooner than you ever imagined.
The book lays out this awesome example. Picture a family taking home about $12,000 a month. Okay,
They budget $3,000 for their weekly spending and another $2,400 for all their bills. That leaves a massive $6,600 that goes straight into attacking their mortgage principal every single month. That's almost 80 grand a year.
And that brings us to the big promise, the whole point of doing all this. By following this structure, Holmes says the average family can be completely, 100% mortgage-free in just 7 to 10 years. Just think about that compared to the usual 30. It's mind-blowing.
And if you're still not convinced, just look at the difference this makes in year one. With a normal loan, you might pay off, maybe 8 to 10 grand of your actual house in the first 12 months? With this method, like in that example, you could knock off over $50,000. The momentum you get from day one is just absolutely huge.
In the end, Holmes' whole message is about empowerment. Yeah, the strategy takes discipline for sure, but he's really just saying that you have the power to take control back from the banks. The system is the tool, but you're the one who has to decide to pick it up and use it.
And that's the question we're left with. It's not just about paying off a loan. It's about what you get back. It's about time. It's about choice. It's about opportunity. Wiping out 20 years of mortgage payments could literally change the entire direction of your life. So, what would you do with all that freedom?